WWE Royal Rumble 2026 is in 2 days in Saudi Arabia. Let's rank the top 10 selections to win the Women's Royal Rumble matches as my picks. We're going to start with number 10, Lyra Valkyria. She's the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion, has since lost the title to Becky Lynch. She's been stuck in a tag team with Bayley ever since. I think both stars are better off as single stars. I'm ready for that tag team to end. Trying to convince Adam Pearce that they're a legitimate tag team, I don't care. But I want to see Lyra Valkyria as a single star again, and a good way to do that would have her win the Women's Royal Rumble match out of nowhere. Number 9, Charlotte Flair. This is one that, the star power is there, but the crowd just didn't accept Charlotte Flair back last year. She returned after missing an entire year due to a torn ACL, MCL, and meniscus, returned during the Women's Royal Rumble match last year, won it, but failed to capture the WWE Women's Championship from Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania 41. But the crowd they were happy to see Charlotte Flair back last year, but they weren't happy to see her win the match. They were kind of already sick of her winning again. They're happy to see her back, but oh my God, she's back in the main event scene right away. I think they desperately want to get Charlotte Flair back there. I don't think it's a long-term solution, her tag team with Alexa Bliss. I think they're waiting to break them up. I feel like they've been teasing their breakup ever since they formed as a tag team. But Charlotte Flair won it last year, didn't capture the title at WrestleMania. I don't want to see her win the match, but logically they could give her another win. The Judgment Day's Roxanne Perez is number 8 for me. She's in a tag team with Liv Morgan right now. Challenged Rhea Ripley and Io Sky for the Women's Tag Team Championships at Saturday night's main event earlier this week, but failed to capture the titles. Perez is a former NXT Women's Champion. She's only like 23 years old, has an incredibly bright future, and I would not be opposed to seeing her win the Women's Royal Rumble. It would showcase that she's a huge part of the future plans for WWE. Basically would say the future is now. If she won the Women's Royal Rumble and earned a title shot at WrestleMania, I would love to see that. Number 7 is Roxanne Perez's former tag team partner, Raquel Rodriguez, who will be challenging Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship in a Philadelphia street fight on the Monday after Raw. Raquel Rodriguez has impressed me so much in the past few months. She's improved drastically, almost ever since Kevin Nash called her out for working small in the ring, use your size. She's doing that. She's dominant. She's put it together all of a sudden. She's a single star. She doesn't have to be in a tag team with Liv Morgan or in a tag team with Roxanne Perez. She was basically pigeonholed as a tag team wrestler. She's broken out of that. She's broken that glass ceiling, and she's a single star now. I don't think she's winning the title from Vaquer on Raw this week, but I would love to see her win the Women's Royal Rumble match out of nowhere. It would be kind of ridiculous for her to win the Women's Royal Rumble with a title shot already scheduled on Raw, but I just like to see it. I'm very impressed with Rodriguez. I think she's worthy of a reign as Women's World Heavyweight Champion, if not now, down the line. Number 6, AJ Lee. I just could not bring myself to put her in the top 5. She has millions of fans, people waiting a decade to see her return. But her return has been kind of lame to me. She returned at WrestlePalooza to team up with CM Punk to defeat Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch last year. And then she tapped out Becky Lynch again with the Black Widow submission hold in the Women's War Games match at Survivor Series and hasn't wrestled since. She helped Maxine Dupree capture the Women's Intercontinental Championship, but was nowhere to be found when Natalya cost Maxine Dupree her chance to recapture the title earlier this month on Raw. There's been reports that AJ Lee and Becky Lynch are going to be facing off at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, so it would be quite unlikely that AJ Lee would win this. And she's a part-time wrestler now. It is what it is. She's an attraction. There's no reason to put a major title on her, but the fan reaction she gets, it would be a massive moment. It would be total shock because people expect her to be there. I don't think too many people expect her to win. But I just couldn't put her in my top 5. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley are in a tag team known as Rio. I have Io Sky as my number 5. She was the Women's World Champion heading into WrestleMania 41, successfully defended the title against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley in a triple threat match at WrestleMania 41 last year. Ripley and Sky are both better off as single stars, but people love them as a tag team. I imagine they're going to hold those titles into WrestleMania. So I don't see Io Sky winning it, but I would love to see it. And she's a huge star now, so she deserves to be in the top 5. And Rhea Ripley will come in at number 4. She's also a huge star, but she's kind of like on the back burner now. now in the tag team as they try to push like Jade Cargill and other stars, Tiffany Stratton. Eventually, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky will be vying for singles titles again. But they're in this Women's Royal Rumble match, I presume. And as long as Rhea Ripley's in it, I expect her to eliminate several stars, maybe even double-digit numbers here. And she could easily win the match. I would have no issue with Rhea Ripley winning the match. But I don't think they're going that way. But I don't know how you don't have her in your top 5 selections to win this match. She's one of the biggest stars on the roster, male or female. Number 3 is Tiffany Stratton for me. The Buff Barbie has not been seen since she dropped the WWE Women's Championship to Jade Cargill on the November 1st, 2025 edition of Saturday Night's Main Event. Jade Cargill just doesn't defend the title. She sucks as a champion. I'm kind of over Jade Cargill now. I think we've seen it. I've been waiting a long time to see something other than aura, and I'm not seeing it. So I hope she loses the title at WrestleMania, if I'm being honest. And if it's Tiffany Stratton, if she comes back, wins the Women's Royal Rumble, challenges Jade Cargill at WrestleMania, and walks out as champion again, might be a good story. I think Tiffany Stratton's better as a heel, and Jade Cargill is a heel right now, so that would be a weird matchup. But there's a storyline there, and maybe the crowd will get behind Tiffany Stratton as a babyface. I just think she's destined to be a heel in the long run, but I would have absolutely no issue with her winning this match. Number 2 is someone who has not wrestled a match since WrestleMania 41, and that is Bianca Belair. She suffered a hand injury during the triple threat match against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley at the Show of Shows last year. She's one of the top favorites to win this match, rumored to return. The crowd misses her. Everybody misses Bianca Belair. How do you not miss Bianca Belair? But she used to be in a tag team with Jade Cargill. We had Naomi attacking Cargill, that storyline last year. Belair has issues with Cargill. She could return as a babyface and challenge Jade Cargill at WrestleMania for the WWE Women's Championship. If Cargill is still the champion in April, which I assume she will be. But yeah, Belair is missed. She would get a huge reaction if she returns this Saturday night, and I would love to see her win it. But the person I want to see win the Women's Royal Rumble match the most is the Judgment Day's Liv Morgan. She's been runner-up in the Women's Royal Rumble match twice. I think she holds the record for the longest time in the match and might hold the record for the shortest. She was eliminated in like 8 seconds a couple years ago. But Morgan has proven herself to be one of the biggest stars in the company, in my opinion. The crowd absolutely loves to hate her. Her dynamic with Dominic Mysterio is far more entertaining than Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio, in my opinion. And I just think it would be a great moment for her. She, like I said, has finished runner-up a couple times to finally get over that hump, win that match, and then maybe win the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania. I think it would be a great selection. I think Liv Morgan, again, is one of the biggest stars in the company. But that is it for this video. Let me know who you want to see win the Women's Royal Rumble match in the comments section below. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. Thank you so much for watching.